Dawn, I mean, when we last spoke, it was, I think, August, September-ish kind of a thing last year, I think. We were in the midst of pandemic, and today we are still in the midst of pandemic. So, talk about your foundation, the Desire to Inspire Foundation, and how has it been going for you? I mean, especially the kids, the underprivileged kids, and the world that we're living in right now can be really, really painful, especially when a lot of kids have actually lost their parents, either both their parents or one of the parents, right? So that can be really difficult for especially when you look at countries like India, right? So, what are the things that you're seeing in your foundation, and how is it going right now for you?
Well, I mean, like with everybody, the pandemic kind of shut down the whole world. So I don't think my situation is more unique than anybody else's. But, we had been working on a lot of plans. We were planning a trip to Africa last September, so clearly
Mhm.
that didn't happen. And, so we were planning days of purpose. We were going to be getting together and gathering people in many different
Yeah.
countries, and
Mhm.
with the pandemic, we couldn't do it anymore. And so, like,
Mhm.
I had to pivot. I had to say, like, okay, now what do we do? We've been spending the last year, like, planning all of this stuff, and now none of it can happen. Um,
Mhm.
I think it's kind of one of those lessons of life where it's like, my friend always used to say, when we plan, God laughs. And I just think, you know what, this was like the most
Ah,
stark, like, example of
yes.
that.
Mhm.
So, this is just a personal thing. I do know that other foundations or other nonprofits have had a very difficult time because everybody's been
Mhm.
having a difficult time.
Mhm.
But I will say that I put my focus on turning it into a business. So I
Mhm.
launched my Beeline Products website so I could sell some products for people to raise the money that I wanted to do instead of asking for donations. And again, I think donations
Yeah.
are wonderful. When you give from your heart and you want to support a cause, that's amazing. But for me, I wanted to create some products for people so that they
Mhm.
could buy an amazing product, buy a product that like uplifted them, and also be supporting the cause. So I kind of shifted into making that website like happen and be viable. And that came about in November. I think we launched.
Mhm.
And we just are launching our skincare line that we're adding to this site, which is an amazing skincare line. And I'm not just saying that because it's mine. I'm saying it because
Ah,
I'm a woman and moisturizing. I'm 53, yeah, almost 53. So I'm like, I need moisturizers. I need like things. And so I've been looking for products, and in my own journey, I found these amazing ingredients in Africa. And so I wanted to bring that
mm,
to people here and have them like experience these amazing products that aren't like readily available here on the marketplace normally. And some of the products, a
mm,
lot of the products that we use are, they've got all kinds of chemicals and all kinds of like things in it. And, I didn't realize until a few years ago that, everything we put on our skin gets absorbed into our bodies. And so I started
mm,
getting a little bit more cognizant of what it was that I was putting on my skin. And so it like put me
mm,
down this path of trying to find like something that worked, that was like amazing, but was also really good for us. And,
mm,
also uplifting Africa and doing the work I want to do. And eventually, what I would love to do is have this done on the ground in Africa. Right now, not at that
mm,
point yet, but it's part of the dream, and I know it's going to happen. But so we're launching that like within the next week. So I spent my time, focusing on that. But again, I understand like the donations are harder to come by because, donations are hard to come by to begin with, and they're harder to come by
mm,
in a pandemic when people can't work and they can't like do their jobs, and so
mm.
it's been like a challenging time for everyone. And so I just tried to pivot and try to see like a different way of making it all work.